Hey peeps, welcome back to my channel. My name is Drusilla Shay, if you don't know already. In today's video, I am starting something a little bit new. I want to just test the waters with this and see if you all are very interested in this series. I am making a video on how to pair colors, and the reason why I'm doing this is not only did someone recommend this to me, one of my subscribers, but also I hear often of people not buying certain things because they don't know what to pair with whatever color that item is. They don't know how to style it. They don't know what to match it with in their own wardrobe. And so they actually end up not just getting the item at all. Hopefully this will help to expand your range in colors and how to style them and how to pair them. Obviously, some of these combinations are not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but I am giving quite a few options here. So in today's video, I am going to be starting off with a very bold color. And if you didn't notice by the title of this video or by what I'm wearing, it's the color red. So I'm just going to be giving you 10 color options of what you can wear with red and why they work well together, as well as some pictures so that you can see visually how they go together. This will also help you to get a lot of inspo and help you to venture out in your style game. So if you are interested in this series, I really need to know. So go ahead and drop me a comment down below and let me know, or you can fill out the video and wait to the end to let me know your thoughts. Either way, I want to hear from y'all. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into it. First and foremost, I want to get this out the way because it is the color that people pair probably the most with red, and that is black. A lot of people, because they don't know what to style with red, they just default to the color that goes with everything. That is the probably most predictable combination with red that I have seen. Obviously it works. It definitely is on the more dark side because red is already so rich and bold. It's more of like the mid and dark range. And so when you pair that with black, you're definitely going for more of a darker look altogether. So I would definitely say that that's more appropriate for like the fall season, definitely the holiday season, the winter season. If you're interested in kind of venturing out and seeing what else you can pair with red, stay tuned. Okay, so the next color that pairs really well with red is navy blue. This is probably my go-to choice if I want to pair red with a dark color and I don't want to do it with black, because navy blue is very close to black, but it ain't black. So you do get that hint of like another color, and it just always goes really well together. Depending on how you style things, it can definitely give off like a sailor look, especially if you mix in white with it as well. But you want to be careful with the whole red, white, blue because you might start looking like the flag. Yeah, I mean, if that's how you want to look. Navy blue and red are one of those pairs that it's very, very hard to mess up because it's close to black, and navy blue goes with a lot of things. It's definitely one of my faves. So next up, I have to get this out of the way. When it comes to pairing colors with red, you definitely want to be careful if you want to venture off into the green area. It can very much give off Christmas. You definitely have to get very specific with your shades of green. I would say things like dark green and mid-tone greens, it can very easily start looking like Christmas. It depends on the outfit, depends on the shirt or the skirt, whatever you're trying to pair or style. So I'm not going to say this is a one size fits all. I'm sure that there are some outfits where, you know, they're red and green in it and it looks very beautiful and probably not too Christmassy or not Christmassy at all. But in general, because I am giving this advice to like the general masses, I just want to be safe and say if you're not sure, you probably don't want to pair your red with like a mid-tone green, a lime green, a dark green, because it can start looking like, again, the holidays. I will say there are some shades that are very close to green or that are in the green family that actually goes very, very nicely with red. And one of those colors is teal. This is definitely on the more bold side because red is already bold in itself. Teal is already a bold color, and so when you mix those two together, you are definitely going to stand out. However, it does not have to look tacky. For something like a springtime, if you want to stand out, if you want to be more colorful, that can be a very beautiful combination. Next up, we're still staying in the green family. Seafoam green and red are a beautiful combination. The seafoam green is nice and light. It's not as heavy as the red, and so it really balanced out. If you want to go for a green, probably go for something like a very light seafoam color, and that will balance out really nicely with the red. So the next tip I want to give when it comes to styling pieces that are red is that, and you've probably already heard me say this in some of my other videos, but it's really easy to pair things that are close on the color wheel. Red is close to orange on the color wheel, and that's the next color that I would recommend is orange and red. They are obviously in the same family. They go really well together. It's hard to mess up that color combination, and I feel like red and orange is definitely very bold. So again, if you're not into like very bold colors, then this is not for you. Trust me, I'll address my neutral babes later on. One of the things I like about the red and orange pair is that they're close in color, but they're not the same. They come together very nicely. Again, being next to each other on the color wheel, that's just how things go. Speaking of being close on the color wheel, the next pair that I would recommend is pink and red. I know that people are probably thinking Valentine's Day. It's a nice combination to wear at any time of the year. Definitely does not only have to be Valentine's Day, and it's again one of those things that pairs really well together simply because they're so close to each other on the color wheel. So it's essentially like they're in the same family. If you're a monochromatic babe like me, combos like that, like they're very close to being monochromatic, so they work very well. That's like a nice little combo that is again a bold one. But you can also do a light pink and a red where those two things will balance each other out. They won't both be bold. If having, you know, like a hot pink and a cherry red is too much for you, you can always venture off into like slightly different shades of pink, and that can be a little bit more toned down if you do softer shades. Okay, yet again, close on the color wheel is purple. This is another color combination that had me shook when I found out that it worked. If you're not confident in this combination, I don't fault you because it's very strong. Okay, I would recommend, especially if you're trying these things for the first time, look at inspo, see how people pair it. Sometimes people will do mostly purple and then they will just accessorize with red, or vice versa, mostly red accessorize with purple. So if you're not sure about how to combine it, that's also an easy way to do it. But those are definitely two very rich colors. Now, you don't necessarily have to go for a strong, rich purple or plum color if you don't want to. You can also venture toward the, you know, the lavender and red, again, balancing each other out where one is softer, one is stronger. Okay, so now we're gonna simmer down a little bit because I know I hit y'all with a lot of bold combinations, but this is more for my neutral babes. One of those colors that bring a lot of balance and, you know, tones things down is gray. Gray is one of those neutrals that like you just can't get wrong, and so pairing it with red is always going to be a hit. Doesn't matter what kind of shade of gray it is, it's going to work with red because red is very bold and gray is very neutral. And so you put those two together, it's a match made. I was gonna say in heaven, but it's a good match. Okay, if you don't want to venture off into like very bold colors, go for something that's more neutral and just have the red stand out on its own. Speaking of neutrals, another good neutral that pairs really well with red is camo, or just something in the beige range. I love this so much because I feel like red is so rich and it can be so warm, and camel is also very warm, and beige colors are also very warm. So I feel like even the undertones are meshing together. I love this combination, especially in the fall and in the winter. You know, a nice camel colored jacket wearing some red underneath, like, ooh, one of those things where it's kind of hard to get wrong because you have a neutral pairing it with a bold color, it's always gonna win. Last but not least, just kidding, I'm gonna throw in two extra freebies that I thought about while editing. Brown and red is a perfect color combination because you have this nice dark neutral, and then the red really pops against the brown. And then you have baby blue and red, which is a really unexpected color combo that works well together, but it brings this fresh look, and at the same time it's also really bold. It works really nice together. The next color that I would recommend that you pair with red is red. This is for my monochromatic babes out there, okay, who love to match one color with the same color. It can be different shades of red. You can even do, you know, a darker red with a cherry red. And it honestly looks very clean. I know that some people are a little bit nervous about styling bold colors because they feel like it can get tacky really quick. But if you do monochrome, girl, it's not gonna be tacky. It's gonna be very nicely flowing because they're all in the same family or they're the same exact color. And so there's no clashing there at all. Okay, so I hope that you found this helpful. If you did, go ahead and give your girl a thumbs up. Please make sure that you save this video, you share this video, because all these things are good for inspo. Share it with someone that you know, okay, especially people who are trying to get into color or just don't typically always know how to match things and who want to expand their wardrobe, their style, their combinations. And please go ahead and hit that red subscribe button, join the family. And last but not least, you can definitely style red with colors outside of the ones that I've mentioned. I do want to hear from y'all in the comments. I want to know if you're a big fan of red, if you like wearing red with, you know, more bold colors or more neutral colors. Meet me down in the comments. And with that said, I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you, and I'll see you guys in my next video next Sunday. Deuces.